So no, I do not consider myself a party boy. However, my supervisors at work seem to think otherwise. I've been working where I'm working right now since last June, and every quarter they have this thing called a retreat, and it's not really a retreat. It's where the head honchos or whomever get together for 3 days, and they literally lock themselves up in a room and discuss everything that's going to happen for the next quarter. And it might be, I think it's probably a good idea because everything is planned out. They fill in all the gaps that need to be filled in for the upcoming quarter. But I don't know if I would call it a retreat. Usually a retreat is where you go somewhere and at least have some fun, but they're in meetings all day from 7:30 until 7 at night. But anyway, so one of my supervisors came up to me and said, "Craig, you're making a name for yourself. They're starting to call you party boy." Like, what? And they said, "Yeah, you talk too much." Okay, so I agree. I sometimes talk too much. I've had this talking problem since grade school. In fact, what was it? 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, all those grades, I had my own little corner with my own little desk. And when I would talk, they'd put me in the corner with my desk, and that's where I sat. I talked too much. And then in high school, I thought that was all better because I didn't get put in the corner with my desk. I actually, behaved. And all through college, I didn't have that problem. But for some reason, all of a sudden last year, my grade school, I don't know what you want to call them, my grade school inhibitions, whatever, crept up, and here I am talking to people. I don't think I really talk that much, though. Our office uses IM quite a bit, and everybody IMs each other, and I hate IMing because if you're right across the hall, or not even across the hall, our offices are in one central building, room, one floor, and just right across the aisleway people will IM each other, and I don't like to do that, so I get up and I walk to them, maybe 20 feet, and I ask them my question because it's just easier that way. And if they're not at their desk, then I know they're not at their desk. But I don't think people like that too much. I'm too busy talking rather than working. And in my job, sometimes I have times where there's a lull, where there really isn't, I could probably find stuff to do. I could find busy work. I hate busy work. Busy work just for busy work is no good. I don't like doing it. If it's something that really needs to be done, and I now have an opportunity to do it because of some downtime, I have no problem with that. But busy work for busy work, no good in my eyes. So I need to work on that. I need to work on sitting at my desk and IMing each other, my other employees, and not get up and talk. But at the same time, I don't think it's that big of a deal because I got a little bit of a raise this past month. So it wasn't a huge raise. Believe me, the company I work at doesn't give huge raises. It's a little one, so a couple extra dollars every month isn't too bad. It's better than nothing. But I don't think my talking is that bad. I really don't. And it part of me is kind of irritated by it, yeah. So I can either rebel and just be completely anti-party boy and just stay at my desk all the time, or you know what, I think I am just going to embrace it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And I'll label myself party boy, and that way they know that I'm the party boy. Huh, who knew? So yeah, that's what my day was like today. Could have been better. Could have been a whole lot worse. But what do you think? Do you guys have different names that coworkers give you that's just kind of irritating? Supervisors? Any names that supervisors give you that's irritating? Let me know. Okay, hope you have a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye.